Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting edition of Comic Cave Podcast. My name is Chris, here with my hetero life mate, Mr.
Russ.
Today we have an interesting topic for you, an interesting concept, rather. Russell, can being nostalgic be toxic?
Yes. Oh, I like that. That is a good topic. I didn't know what this topic was going to be. He caught me off guard.
I surprised him.
Yeah.
Now,
Absolutely.
in recent times, we've lived in a society where if nerdy things don't go according to what the nerds want, oh my god, they will shun you forever. They will downplay your whatever you created, and it will be garbage. Case in point, everything. Going from Batman to Spider-Man to the most recent 2016 Ghostbusters film.
And to Dragon Ball.
Can being nostalgic be toxic? Take it away, Russell.
Absolutely. I do think so. So, with Dragon Ball as an example of this, Toyotaro writing the new Moro arc, and not even just the Moro arc, I can even say, even though Dragon Ball Super Broly was really good, a lot of the things that are playing into Super in general are nostalgia things from Z that they're bringing back in. So in the Moro arc, you're seeing a lot of nostalgic instances from like past sagas, so like the Cell Saga, Buu Saga, even the Namek arc, and even the Saiyan Saga. Like Toyotaro is literally pulling instances that happen and like making them happen in new kind of ways in the new Moro arc, and that's causing a lot of the fans to be like, come on, you're not being original here. You're not coming up with a new concept, and we're tired of seeing some of the same lessons being played out for Goku, lessons that he clearly already learned, and it's actually hurting the character. It's hurting Goku's character. Like, for Goku, he already learned to not be sympathetic with his villains. In the fight with Cell, he told Gohan, you're playing around too much, go ahead and finish it. And then now what does he do in the Moro arc? Spoilers for those that aren't reading it or haven't been up on it yet. He's doing the exact same thing that he told Gohan to not do, and that's a digression of the character, and it's not so good for the story. Another instance within Dragon Ball, like, it happened a lot within the Super, both anime and manga.
Speaking from a fanboy perspective, how can the fans destroy something?
So this is my point. The Toyotaro and Toei are doing some of these things because they think that, the fans loved it when Vegeta sacrificed himself. So in the Tournament of Power, they had him sacrifice himself again. And it's like they brought Broly back and they made Gogeta the fusion canon because, the fans love that. We're going to make it happen again. We're going to make it, we're going to bring it back to light. And that doesn't always progress the story. That doesn't always, please fans, don't get me wrong on this. Like, yes, a lot of the times.
No, we're going to make the fans pissed because we're talking about the fans.
A lot of the times, yes, we do know what we want and like what could be good, but a lot of the times what we want, it doesn't progress the story, and it causes. And you know how much of a stickler I am. I want good storytelling. I want good writing. I want good character development. I am huge on character development and world building. And a lot of the times when we're just rehashing and bringing back some of these nostalgic moments,
I'm looking at you, Star Wars.
Star Wars is a really good example of that. It messes up the progression of the story. It messes up the development, and the fans don't always know what's best for the story. I'm going to be real.
That's very true, and I agree with that. Case in point, Star Wars episodes 7 through
Star Wars
9. Oh my god, I've never seen. Well, no, I have seen Ghostbusters 2016, but that was taken more left field because a lot of fans were like, I don't like the women being there. I personally I didn't care about women casts. Yes, I think it was a little bit too much excessive. Like, yeah, you could mix it up. You could have men and women, but the whole cast being women, all right, I'll go with it. The movie just wasn't funny. It wasn't fun. Nothing about it said Ghostbusters to me. I felt like the writing and the characters, even the casting was.
I never saw it.
It was off. Yes, I'm a fan of 1984 Joker. I'm a fan of Joker. What the fuck is wrong with me right now? I'm a fan of 1984's The Ghostbusters and 1991 or 1990's The Ghostbusters 2. But I didn't go into this Ghostbuster film being nostalgic. I went into Star Wars Episode 7 nostalgic because I was like, oh my god, we're gonna see where our heroes have been, what our heroes have been up to. I had expectations, and I feel that that's what everyone has, expectations. And when it doesn't accumulate to your expectations, you immediately write it off. You think it sucks, and you don't give it a time of day.
And let's be honest, it's actually kind of like a hard situation for the creators of these comics and these movies to be in, because on the one hand, if they don't, it's like a catch-22. It's like a lose-lose. If they do
you're
something,
damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Right. If they do something original, something new, chances are fans aren't going to like it. But if they do something that's just outright repetitive to what they've done before, the fans aren't going to like it.
Well, hold on, because the Joker film, 2019's Joaquin Phoenix Joker film, the fans, no one expected that, no one even asked for that, but the fans loved it.
Right.
It was a different take on the Joker, but I feel like if you do the Joker right, that's why a lot of people don't like Jared Leto's Joker, because of the grills, the tattoos, and the whole all this other stuff. But if you give the Joker a real world aspect, if you make him more realistic, thus a la Heath Ledger's Joker is more realistic Joker, Joaquin Phoenix Joker is a more realistic Joker. But when you have an outrageous Joaquin Phoenix Joker with the tattoos and the grill and everything like that. But I feel like the Joker should be over the top. And a lot of people dislike that I like the Jared Leto Joker. I feel Joker is one of the characters that has to be over the top. That has to be... He's insane. He's an insane clown. He's crazy. Another property that people are very rung up over is... You have Star Wars, you have the DC Comics, and you have all these other properties, but one of the main properties is the Spider-Man films. A lot of people are like, why do they have to change the gender? Why do they have to change everything like that? They want their Spider-Man to be Peter Parker. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the Miles Morales Spider-Man, but a lot of people aren't used to that. I know
there was a lot of backlash to Miles Morales when he first came out in the comics. But I do feel like people have he's kind of grown, and he's definitely become loved now.
All these movies that have come out, Transformers, G.I. Joe, I mean, that's just to name a few. People had expectations for these films, and when they didn't meet those expectations, people immediately wrote those movies off.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest G.I. Joe fan. I grew up somewhat watching the cartoons, but I wasn't a hardcore fan. I thought the G.I. Joe films were okay. A lot of people hate me for that. A lot of people dislike me for that.
I thought the first one was good. I can't remember.
A lot of people did not like Rise of Cobra. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
But once again, I'm not hooked on to that franchise like a lot of people are. A lot of people are waiting for the He-Man film to come out. Yeah. I know that there's a He-Man cartoon coming out on Netflix done by Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin. A lot of people are waiting for that. But Kevin Smith, he's got a pretty good grip on what people like.
Right.
Especially when it comes to comics. Yeah, he's a fan himself.
Right.
But I feel nostalgia can be toxic because people have expectations, and if you don't meet those expectations, you ruin that's the one term I hate. You ruin my childhood. I hate that term with a passion. Like, oh, you ruined my childhood. You still have that property to go back on and look at it. How did they ruin your childhood? I really hate that
It's
phrase.
also not meant for you. A lot of that stuff, it's meant for the new childhood.
I get a lot of shit from Star Wars Episode 7, 8, 9. Chris, it's not meant for you. It's meant for the younger kids. And when I was a teenager, I think I was a teenager.
But that just wasn't put together very well at all.
It wasn't. They didn't have a plan. Even John Boyega, Finn, was like, they fucked up my character. And rightfully so. They really did fuck up his character. Episode 7, 8, 9, they're not for me. They're for the next generation. But I'm like, yeah, but you have a franchise that has been around for 40 years. You have to somewhat please the older crowd. We're the ones who gave you the money. We're the ones who bought into this stuff. So you have to be like, hey, fans, thank you for your years of service, but now we got to move on. And I have no problem with that. I have high hopes, and I know I'm eating myself up right now. I have a little bit expectations for the new Ghostbuster film, Ghostbusters Afterlife, because I feel like, yes, they're going to respect the old characters, but they're also going to move on. And I have no problem with that. I have no issue with that. Just respect what brought you here and let us, have us move on. Have the story progress. He doesn't watch it. I love Cobra Kai.
Oh, yeah.
Cobra Kai has... Oh, my God. They have respected the old, and they're moving on with the new. I love Cobra Kai. I think it's great because they give you new stuff, but hey, we know what fans like and we know what got us here, so we're gonna respect the old stuff. And I feel like that's what a lot of properties are doing. A lot of these movie companies are like, we're gonna make money off of, case in point, the Lion King and the Aladdin, the live action Disney films.
It's not even just the Disney films. Like a lot of the TV shows, bringing them back, and then they just don't do as well. Like nostalgia sells for sure.
It does, but also you give us all these characters from Aladdin. You give us all these characters from the Lion King. Our generation love those characters. We grew up watching those characters. But whenever you rehash the same shit from the 90s, but just put it in CG,
right?
Where's the meat? Where's the aspect of it? Where's the taste of it? It's like it's.
But then, how do you make something like one of those films? How would you make it still fresh? How would you shine it in a new light?
Now, 100%, and you can disagree with me if you want. I wouldn't even touch those films. Those are masterpieces. Why do you think Robert Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg?
Classic.
Why do you think Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale and Steven Spielberg? Why do you think they've never remade Back to the Future? Because it's already a great franchise. It doesn't need to be remade.
Right.
It's awesome, but I'm pretty sure if that movie gets remade, bullshit. The internet will lose their shit.
Right.
You killed my childhood. And all this
There's
other stuff.
people that's asked for it. They want like Tom Holland to be the character, and they did that deep face or whatever fake thing with his weight. Yeah.
But I wouldn't even touch. Now, a character like a Batman or a character like a Superman or an Iron Man, you can remake those characters because those characters they've been around for years and years and years.
All different types of stories you can tell with them.
Right. You can have a Batman can be on forever. A Superman can be on forever. I don't know about a Goku. Right? Can a Goku be on forever?
I think so, honestly. But
you can have those characters can be recasted and redone because there is no solid mold to those characters. They don't. Right. They have attributes that are solid, but it doesn't need to be like a solid mold. And I feel like being nostalgic can be really toxic.
It can win at times when handled correctly. But
right.
Yeah, a lot of the times it just.
And I feel like those Disney movies are just money grabs. I feel like everything nostalgic is a money grab. It is.
Yeah.
Let's not bullshit ourselves. If you bring nostalgic in, it's a money grab. But if you're gonna, this is what I don't understand. If you're gonna remake these things, why put little effort into it when you can put a lot of effort into it and make double the bank? You're gonna
goes back to just make sure you're telling a good story,
right?
Like, just please keep the quality.
Like
there.
If they were to remake again the Ninja Turtles, if they were to remake Ninja Turtles, first and foremost, you have my money because I love Ninja Turtles, and also I'm a fan of Ninja Turtles. I want to see what new aspects and what new avenues they go down. But whenever you give a shit like Shadows and the other one, what the fuck is that? I'm sorry.
I heard there was a lot of other things behind the scenes on those films that they didn't treat the actors properly, and Now,
don't get me wrong. Sometimes nostalgia can be good. Sometimes. Case in point, we're getting this Snyder Cut, and the fans fought for that.
I just don't think that it always has to. We don't need it all the time.
That's true.
I think that we do need to move on at a certain time. And honestly, I think that we as fans need to realize that at the same time and not get so emotional about it. Like
let's leave it where they once were.
Characters are meant to grow. Characters these stories are meant to go beyond and reach new audiences and stuff like that. But
I don't Russell, once again, he doesn't watch these things, but for my wrestling fans out there, you guys know that the chairman and owner of WWE is Vince McMahon. A lot of people give him shit because he doesn't give out fan service. Vince McMahon is like, these are my toys, and you know what? If you want to watch, you can watch. If you don't want to watch, you don't have to watch. But these are my toys, and I'm not categorizing people's as toys. But this is my company. This is my franchise. Yeah, this is my franchise. This is my company. I'm going to run it how I want it run. And let's face it, WWE's been around for close to 50 years now. So I think he knows what he's doing. And a lot of people give Vince McMahon flack because he doesn't give out fan service. Now, there are once in a few times he does give out fan service because, fans. If it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
So sometimes he does give out fan service, but he's not prone to that. And people give him shit.
And
George
honestly,
Lucas.
The fact that it's continued for 50 years, though, should attest that he's probably
He knows
right.
what the fuck he's doing.
Right. Like,
George Lucas, a lot of people gave him shit for the prequels. A lot of people. I like the prequels. My favorite episode, my favorite Star Wars episode is Episode 3. That is my favorite. A lot of people like Episode 5. I love Episode 5, but I think Episode 3 hit me more. I connected with it because I was a kid. I love Episode 3.
invested.
I was heavily invested. And now, people gave George Lucas a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. It's like what if Akira Toriyama, if they give him shit, he's the fucking creator. Why would you tell the creator what to do? Would you go back in time and say, "Hey, Van Gogh, I don't like that shit. Fucking repaint something else"?
Unfortunately, they are kind of telling him to a degree. I don't know, not necessarily. That's a complicated one. All right.
Right, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the artists listen to the people. We love Star Wars, right? We love Star Wars because the artist, the mastermind, gave us that. Mm-hmm. George Lucas was like, "These are my characters, and this is my story, and I'm going to tell it." And now we've come to a day and age where we're telling the people who thought of this shit what to do. Mm-hmm. Now, you can give me crap for this, but episodes 7, 8, 9, I feel
just too much.
No, I feel that's fan made.
Yeah.
The fans made that because it didn't come from the mind of George Lucas. It's
fan fiction.
It's fan fiction. Right. It maybe came from maybe he had some ideas, right, but it didn't come from the dude who made it. Mm. And I get it, these franchises will live on forever. These franchises will live on. They were here before I was here, and they'll be here whenever after I'm gone. But what I'm trying to understand is like the fans, there is certain aspects of what a character is. Like, I don't think you can have Batman, if in the future, if they make Batman cannot be Batman without his parents getting shot. Right. So if they were to make a comic book series of Batman being Batman without his parents not getting shot, like, well, what the hell is that? Right. So I feel like nostalgic can be very toxic if done by the wrong people and if done taken overboard.
That's the main thing I was going to say. If it's just taken too far and if it's just all that plays out, like a little bit here and there definitely can work, but like when you just harping on that, when the creator's just harping on that, then it just doesn't leave any room for growth.
And that's what I like about The Mandalorian, where Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, they respect the old. They respect George Lucas and what he's done, and that's why I feel The Mandalorian is good. It's good. It's not the caliber of episode 7, 8, 9. Yes, what's his name? I'm going blank. The director of episode 7 and episode 9, the dude who did Star Trek, and a lot of fans, a lot of real fans, do not like his version of Star Trek. Damn, I can't think of his name right now. J.J. Abrams. A lot of fans from Star Trek did not like what he did with Star Trek, the movie, the reboot, I guess.
Well, they liked the first one, and the second and third was
right. Yeah. Well, he didn't do the third one. He did the second one.
That's right.
And but I feel like Dave Filoni, I mean, shit, he learned from George. He learned from the dude. And then you have Jon Favreau walking in Dave Filoni's tracks and be like, I respect this. I feel like whenever I watch The Mandalorian, I feel like I'm more, this is Star Wars. Instead of watching an episode, I can't even get, I don't know how many times
And they have a little bit more freedom with that because we don't know as much about the Mandalore mythos.
Right, this is all made up from the mind of Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
But he still respects the universe that he's in. He still respects where it came from and where it's going. Just like Cobra Kai. You need to watch Cobra Kai. Fans, please, give us 1,000 likes and he'll watch Cobra Kai. He needs to watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah, if we get 1,000 likes, I'll go watch it.
It's great. But yeah, so fan service, can being nostalgic be toxic? For me, it's a definite hell yes. Russell?
I definitely think it can.
Once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us here at Comic Cave. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Tell your friends. And if you guys have your own views and your own comments of what we talked about here today, please write them down below. Message us and be like, hey, Chris or Russell, I like what you guys did here. Or, whatever you can. Just reach out to us. And if you guys have any ideas of what we should do in the future, please let us know. We're going to give fan service to you guys if you guys want to, if you guys have any topics. But once again, my name is Chris here with
Russ.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.